being silly. The horses are being silly this morning. Throwing a bit of a tantrum, as they do. Seems to be a lot of tantrums at the moment because it's spring. Okay. It's so good. Susie doesn't have his cone on anymore, which is great. He's a lot happier. Today I'm going to have to keep Henry inside the toilet because I do have a farrier coming up. So I need to lock these guys in. And I shall do that for certain. Just going to get everyone ready. I'm going to go down and close that gate off. Right for a little bit in here. At least it's easy to get to them. And I'll come out just before he turns up and, oh my goodness, Henry, cracker's getting bad. There we go. Hi, Fire Pocket. Did you? I know, but you don't need any, darling. You don't. You've got plenty of food. You don't need any. No, darling, you don't. You don't need it. I'll give a bit of this stuff over here, yeah? Some of the dried up stuff that's not green. You can have some of this because it's not green, okay? That's it. Not the most exciting, but she'll accept it. Okay. Hey, Cookie Horse. Hello, how you doing? How's Cookie going? I thought Cookie was running pretty fast. Cookie does well for an older horse. A lot of life. I gotta go down and get this the fence down the back. I'm gonna get the fence down the back in order. I'll be back in a moment. I'll be back. Hey, girl. Radicev. Hi, Radicev. How are you doing? Well, thanks for popping by. It's nice to have you here. I do breakfast pretty much every day with them all. This little mare here, I think she's a hinny. I think she's half donkey. She kicks like a donkey. She has a strange neigh. She's just a strange little girl, but she's very nervous, extremely nervous to work with. I've got a farrier coming today, and I'm hoping to goodness that we can get him to. I'm hoping that he will be able to work with her. So hopefully he will. We'll see how we go. But yeah, she's a really, there's my old fella, he's 31. So that's Henry, the ex-trotter, pacer. He's an excellent horse to ride. He's taught many people to ride. He was a fantastic horse to ride back in the prime of his time. And he's been retired since COVID, since the beginning of COVID, which was 2020. So 5 years, nearly 6 years. In 2009, he retired, so he's doing well, and he's actually pretty good for his age, so yeah. Hey Rocky, how you going? How have you been? I haven't been doing music on this channel. I'm on a different channel with the music. I'm on the I Was Once a Carpenter channel now to do music. YouTube's striking people who do music a lot and getting rid of their channel. They're having a go at a lot of people. So I decided I'm just going to leave the horse channel for the horses, and I'll do the musical stuff on the other channel. Oh, did you? Oh, thanks. Yeah, I can't get it to, I think I've got like 42 or 43 people now. It's not that many people on there. I can't get it to where I can actually use a mobile phone yet, but I'm all right. I've got a laptop that works, so I can do it with a laptop, but I'm not too worried about it. It's nice to have a small little gathering of people instead of having thousands of people at once. Well, not that I get thousands of people. I don't get thousands of people, but sometimes it gets hectic if there's too many people. It's hard to keep up. You guys are going to head into winter now. Your lakes are going to freeze up. You have to do ice fishing again. We're about to head into the heat, summer heat. Okay, I've got to keep feeding. Yeah, that's right, Cookie. Sometimes it is like that. Like sometimes the more people, well, see, I have trouble remembering things too. So the more people that are there, the more I have to try to remember, which I'm not good at memory anymore. And I just can't keep up with everything. So I just kind of, I like to have the quiet channel. The horse channel I'm fine with because it's mostly just when I'm actually on a live and I'm doing the horses. It's just about what I'm doing. It's not really about anything else. I can talk in the mornings when I'm doing the feeds and stuff a little bit more, but when I'm doing the actual work with the horses, it's pretty, it's hard to kind of think about chat or anything because you're in a situation that you've got to really give your whole attention to. So even though you can be explaining things and stuff, you really got to be thinking about what you're doing. Actually, yesterday afternoon when I did the evening feeds, a classic strike at Toki with her front leg, and I was like, oh yeah, okay. I was glad I got it on camera because it happens a lot, but I never get it on camera. I never get it on a live, but she did it in front of everybody because I've been trying to explain to people what she's like with her dominance, how she behaves with the horses. It's not because she's doing it just with me. She does it with everything. And it's not like It's a behavioural issue that she learnt from the goats when she was living with a goat. I should have brought the goat with me. The lady did offer me the goat as well. She said, you can take the goat if you want, but I said no. But I should have actually brought the goat with me, and then I could have observed what she was like around the goat, because I didn't get to sort of see much of that, but we'll get there. I've got time and I'm not in a rush. I have no reason to rush myself, but I do want to get to a point where I do feel more comfortable with what I do. I'll get there. I'll get back. Well, even if I don't, I'll find a different way to work with things. There are other ways to work with things. I don't necessarily have to ride. It's good for fitness, though. It is good to keep riding just for fitness as well as the bond with the horse, but it's good for fitness. But I think I'll be limited with my riding. Unless I start taking Zara out, then I'll be able to do a bit more. You didn't get the time? Oh, yeah, it's like you, yeah. I got when I came off Ellie, and that was bad. That was pretty crazy. My house camera picked it up, and I had a GoPro on, and I actually got the view that I had from the saddle and the house view. Oh, look at him pin his ears at fire. He doesn't want her to come anywhere near his breakfast. She doesn't need food. She's actually way too tubby right now. I'm worried about her foundering, because the people that had her previously, they said she never foundered for them. And she was living on my neighbour's property, and she was quite tubby then. So she's always been really tubby. But you worry when they get a bit older. It's a bit hard. But she needs that farrier to be able to do something with her feet. At least that front foot. Back feet are pretty good. They're not bad, but the front hoof is terrible. You're in front of like 50 people? Whoa. Well, I suppose the good thing about people being there is if you were hurt, then people can help you. Did you get hurt bad? Darn, I would not want to. Oh, I don't want to ever come off a horse again. The last time was terrible. And the older you are, the less you actually can recover. I'll be back in a second. I'm just going to grab these goats their breakfast and let them out. Let the chicks out. Right, I've got to move the camera because bring your pants over here. Probably try and have a go at it. So I'll move it over there so I'm hit by those and knock the wind out of you. Well, that's good. At least you won't hurt badly. Thank goodness for that. Cat, you better move. Come on. Come here. Let's go. Come on. Don't get in trouble there. Okay, let's get moving over to the other side. Okay, Cookie, thanks. Thanks for popping by. This hedgehog had to use a pole to collect the rings in the game. I was freaking out at the pole eventually. Just freaking out the pole. I went and touched him with his bunny. Oh, okay, yeah. Have a great day. Thanks for popping by. It's good to meet like-minded people that love horses. Oh, speaking of loving something, look at this guy having his kangaroo meat. Now he's got his cone off. This is how he looks without his cone. Hey buddy, what you got? And that meat still looks good. It's in good condition, so he's going to get some good clean teeth out of doing this. Give him a lot of protein. That root's been sitting there for a few days. He hasn't been able to get to it because he had that goddamn cone on his head. Now he can, so he's a happy boy. He's a happy boy. Now, let's go over here. And that kangaroo was killed by a car a few days ago by a speeding idiot up on the corner. He used to live over there. Kangaroos from the pod over there on the hill that I see every day. It was rather sad, the fact that I was rather sad that he got in that position. It was not good. Happens way too much, actually. Get this ready. I'm going to put her in here today. Ellie's going to come in here. And she's going to stay in here until the farrier comes. So she's going to have a day in here for a bit. And I'll do a little bit of work with her a bit later maybe, but she's in a bad mood. She's been in a bad mood for a few days, so it's going to see how we go. Okay, I'm going to pop this here, and I'll be back with some feed. we don't have an issue today with the farrier. I'm pretty sure she'll be good, but you never know. Andrew, Zej. Hi, how you doing? Jamal Jones. Hi, Jamal. How you doing? Ellie, back around. One more. Slowly down. And walk on. Walking. I know you're excited. Walking out. Good girl. Walking out. Good girl. Off she goes in a nice way. That's all I want. Just nice and calm when she goes. She can get a bit feisty sometimes in the morning. We want her to go nice and calmly. Gives me an idea of how she's going to be today. What do you think? And around we go. She'll go in there and get her brekkie. In a moment, she'll come along and have her breakfast. Here she comes. Good girl. There we go. Okay, I'll be back in a second. Rightio, we got it there. Now I don't know what's going on, but I'm probably having trouble with the internet again. It keeps happening. Let's see how we go. I may have to restart this whole thing to get any kind of... There we go. I don't know if that's better or not. I probably may have lost you guys for a bit there, but look at her. She's tossing it out. You buy these expensive feed bowls. Well, they were second hand. They weren't expensive compared to what they should have cost. They're about a third of the original price. This cat's going to get himself in trouble if he heads over near that bowl. Oh, Alaskan Wild Adventures is on. Cool. Alaska's got a really nice channel. Alaskan's Wild Adventures, the young fellow on there is a very kind individual, very decent person. Building a really nice channel. Hope everyone's having a good day. It's beautiful weather here today. We are in the 5th day of September 2025. And it's a lovely spring day. It's a little cool still here, but it will get a lot warmer very soon. And just like every single day that we have, you know, everything changes every day. Things different, a little bit at a time. Now we get some leaves on the trees coming through, which is really cool. The pear trees are starting to get leaves. They've flowered. So we're going to have some more shade trees soon, which is what we really need for summer. I'm excited for summer this year. I'm excited for what it might bring, and maybe I can do a bit more, grow a bit better. Oh, come on, Chappy, 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 come here. Don't go over there, silly boy. Come on. Silly boy. You can't go over there because you know Ellie will bite you. Yes, she will. She does every time. She doesn't like it. Stay away from her. Leave her be. Getting a little bit closer. Oh, she's enjoying that breakfast. Actually, she's got a lot more feed there. Might go over and say hi to the other two. And being Friday, of course, it's going to be a day. There's a lot of vehicles coming and going because a lot of people come past and they want to go up to a dam and stay at the dam and spend the weekend up there. You got all the people that finish work early on a Friday, so around the midday onwards it gets really, really busy. I'm loving the weather. I'm really enjoying it. Feels good. I'm going to go and grab my shovel and start my clean up. And I'll be back shortly, as usual. Hi Raya, how you going? Raya on fire. I've got a horse called Fire, but it's W-H-A-I-A. It's a Maori word which means girl. I just finished cleaning up all the poops, so that's good. We had a big day today. We have a new farrier coming out today, so that's very exciting. And hopefully it's going to be a good experience for him and the horses. He sounds like a very gentle person. He's got really good reviews, and he sounds to me, I listen to his voice, and he sounds very gentle, and a lot like my old farrier from years ago, who was extremely gentle, very passionate about making it about the horses, having a good experience. So we'll see how we go. Hopefully we can get somewhere. This girl is enjoying her breakfast. She's been rolling. There's grass all over her. Rolling somewhere. A bit messy. It's currently 12 minutes past 8 and it is getting hot fast. I'm thinking it's about 7 or 8 degrees now. Feels warm. My cat is on a bit of an adventure over the back behind the horses. I'll see if I can zoom in on him. There he goes. Chappy! Chappy, where are you going? And the birds are in the tree, basically going, See if I can find one of the birds. Oh, you can't see him. He's on the branch right there. He's yelling and squawking. There he is. He's like, get away. There's another bird there that's having a go at him. They're very cranky right now. Where is he? I can't see where it's at. Where am I? But yeah, he's being a silly boy. He's probably going to try and come in here. Yep, he's going to come in here. Chapo! Oh God, don't go near the horses. There he goes. Chappy! What you doing, buddy cat? Hey, what you doing? Come here, buddy. There's a silly boy. Silly boy. Look at the ponies. You can see the ponies too, eh? Well, I like the ponies. They don't like me though. That's what he says. They don't like Chapo because he gets around them and he tries to bunt their feet and things and they just want to attack him. They're going to be finished their breakfast pretty quickly today. I'm starting to scale back on the feed now because we're getting a lot of growth in the grass. It doesn't look like much. You'd be surprised. All this little bit of green here is a lot for a pony like these two. They do not need anything more. So you want to make sure that they stay healthy, and if they have too much sugar in their system, there's a thing called founder. It causes a great problem with their system. It makes them very ill. It also ruins their feet, and they can have a rotation in a pedal bone, which then basically can cause the pedal bone to break through the hoof, come straight down at the bottom. You can compromise your hoof wall, and then your horse can be permanently lame and need to be put to sleep. So you've got to be careful. You've got to manage these things properly. A lot of people don't understand when they get ponies that you must manage everything very carefully with them. And as soon as it gets into full-on spring, these guys won't be getting any kind of supplementary feed other than what they've got in here until that's gone. And once that's gone, we'll go back to feeding again. But they won't be getting anything because it'll be just too rich for them. So it's all a balancing act. And when you balance it right, then you get a good result for all of them. Ellie's throwing her food around. I'm wondering what time it is over in the other side of the world. I'm thinking it's probably mid-afternoon or something like that, maybe later afternoon. Maybe 2, 3 p.m. depending on where you are in the world, but it's 8:16 a.m. here, so if anyone wants to let me know what time it is in their neck of the woods, feel free to do so. Sit down for a second. Hey, buddy. Munching. Sounds so cool. Munch, munch, munch. It's a very relaxing way to start the morning. Just watching them eat every day. Hey Stacy, how you doing? Hope you're having a lovely day. buddy. Put. And Chapo's snuggling in a snuggle pot. No. You're talking to me. You're talking to me. Hey, buddy. Oh, big snuggles. Oh, loves. He's such a lovely boy. He's such a lovely boy. Yeah, Chubby. Pop it. Chubby pop. Hi, buddy. Hi. He's gonna who I'm talking to. Mr. Chapo. His name's El Chapo. He's an older fella, around maybe 12, 13 years of age, probably 13 now. How old are you, chaps? How old are you, Chappy-Doo? He's just hanging with the ponies. You hanging with the pony? Oh, he says, no, I'm seeing a bird. Oh, no, don't you get that birdie. There's a little blue wren over there. I'm watching him. I do not want Chappy to get him. He's a little blue wren. He's a tiny little thing. See if you can see him here. There he is. Coming and going. He needs to be careful. He'll get caught by the cat. We don't want that to happen. Chappy, come here. Chappy. Chappy, come. Come here, Bookie. Chappy, come on, Mum. Good boy. We'll hang here. We'll hang with the ponies. Good boy. Keep him where we can spot him. And we can see what he's up to. We don't want him getting that little bird. There's a lot of little blue wrens everywhere. They're beautiful. Lovely little birds. Beautiful colour blue. They're quite similar to the colour of the sky. Gorgeous little birds. What's he doing? He's smelling something over there. He says, what am I doing? Chap? Spring is in the air, buddy. Hang around. Good boy. We might go and see Miss Ellie for a bit. I've almost been on for an hour, so I'm going to finish him one out in a few minutes. If you haven't subscribed, please feel free to subscribe if you want to. Lyanna Winter. Hi Lyanna, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. I do come out and do the ponies pretty much on a daily basis, and do sometimes 2 streams, sometimes 3, depending on the day. Today I'll do probably 2. I do have a lot on today, so glad to hear you're doing well. It's a beautiful day over here. Whereabouts are you? Is it dark where you're at, or is it afternoon, or are you in Australia? I'm in Australia. I'm in a part of Australia that gets quite hot when summer comes, so we're heading into summer soon and it's going to get warm. It's going to be pretty crazy, warm-wise. You're in Germany? Oh, okay. Well, if it's after midnight, I can say Guten Morgen. Now, I'm just listening to, let me see, what's the word for bird? Rogel. listening to a robin bird. I learned a little bit of German because when I was very, very young, I had a best friend for about 6 months that we both loved horses, and I was staying at my uncle's place, and she had horses and I had horses and a donkey there, and we used to ride together, and she was German. She was a German girl. Last name was Heckenberg. Sandra Heckenberg was her name. She was a lovely girl, and her mum was a lovely lady. Don't know what happened to her. I think she may have gone back to Germany. I'd love to get in contact with her again. I tried through Facebook, but I couldn't find her. Tell me, am I getting this right? Die Liebe des Herrn ist wunderbar für mich. I got told that means the love of God is so wonderful for me. Did I get it right? I learned that when I was very young. I've never forgotten it. I can say it in French as well. Le mot de Tertullus est si les choses pour moi. I think a lot of people that like horses, the animals they enjoy the animals better than they enjoy the human race, to be honest. Every horse person that I've met doesn't like people. They're like, oh. And I actually don't really go into the horse world itself. I have a couple of friends with horses, and I talk to them occasionally, and we might ride once in a blue moon. But I kind of stick to myself. I find that the different industries in the horse world can be pretty brutal, like the show industry and the people who do the horse racing industry. A lot of them can be quite brutal, like they're very, I don't know. There's a lot of people that want to tell everybody what they should do and what they shouldn't do. My theory is you ask your horse what you should do, and your horse will let you know. If you're doing it wrong, they'll let you know themselves, and you'll learn from them. And I learned everything from horses. I didn't learn from people, I learned from horses. I just was left to my own devices with them, and they taught me. Well, that's all I know. I don't really know anything else. Like, I can't speak any more German or French. I do a little bit of Samoan. Talofa wa maioi. Menu papatai. But that's about it. I know the basics. I'm starting to try to learn the basics of Korean at the moment, so yeah, my horses taught me everything, and every one of them teaches me a different lesson, and I get lessons daily from them. I'm pretty old, I'm getting old, and I'm coming to what I can see is close to the end of my riding ability, but I do want to go as long as I can, but I have problems with balance, so it's a little difficult. I had a stroke a couple of years back, and my balance and my memory aren't great, so I forget what I'm doing when I'm up there, and I also, it's like I've got a gyroscope that's backwards and broken. My brain tells me, it's called vertigo. It happens to me quite a bit, especially when I'm getting up and down on things. I will have this thing in my brain that tells me I'm in the wrong direction. So it makes it really hard to stay on and have a good balance and good seat when I'm riding. I'm really not very good at the moment at that. I'm getting a little bit better, I think, because I can canter again now, but it's getting harder as you get older. I'm gathering you're a horse person. Do you ride? A lot of people in Germany have horses. There's some really good horse people over there. A lot of champions come from Germany. I've got a German uncle, John Kramer. He lives in Australia. He still has a thick German accent though. He never lost it. He's been in Australia for 60 years or more, 70 years, something like that. He's pretty old. And I actually collect memorabilia from Germany from World War II. A lot of people don't like that I do that, but I think it's important to keep it. I think it's important to have the history, you know. Just because somebody done something bad doesn't mean that other people didn't exist. You gotta, you know, if you just pretend that things didn't happen and you ignore things and you ignore history, then you repeat the things again. I think that that part of history, you have to have an understanding of what it was like to live during those times. And we have no idea because we've got it good these days. We don't realise what it was like for those people. I used to interview a lot of people that survived World War II and from different situations. Some were from concentration camp people, some were guards in concentration camps that I've interviewed. I was very fascinated with everything back in the day. And I wanted to know, and I used to talk to people. I used to go around nursing homes and talk to people. I used to do Meals on Wheels when I was a kid, and I would talk to them. I'd stay like the entire meal with them, and my dad used to deliver the rest of the meals. I'd get dropped off at the beginning, and then when he came back around to pick up the plates and stuff a couple of hours later, I'd had a couple of hours with the person. I learned a lot. It was great. It was a really good learning curve. Sitting and listening to older people, it's a smart thing to do when you're young. Yeah, that's right. But also, you've got to also understand what happens, what was happening. So people are hard on people. You have to understand why people do things that they do as well. It's not that you're excusing things. You have to understand how they thought back in those days. It's like Genghis Khan. We don't forget that Genghis Khan did what, did the conquering he did. We don't forget about Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great is glorified, yet he killed off many people. He slaughtered many people in his endeavours to conquer the world. But for some reason, we glorify him. It's weird how the world works. But people don't think of it that way. See, I think about all those things. I think like, well, how come it's okay for this dude, but this dude's a villain and this dude's not? Alexander the Great was, a pretty crazy guy. I love history. History is one of my favourite subjects. I don't know that much because I didn't go to school for very long. I only went for the last 2 years of high school. But I love history. I was fascinated with World War I, World War II, the Boer War over in Africa. I was fascinated with that. This is fascinated with all the conflicts over the centuries. I want to know why people want to do these things. I want to learn about what the psychology is behind it. And I understand the political stuff as well, like it's, kill off the population and make it a bit easy to feed everybody and then regenerate. I get all that. But it's fascinating to see it from a human perspective. Like if you could get in the mind of somebody who's in charge of these things. It's really never one person. There's always several people who make these things happen. But if you could get in the mind of them and find out the psychology behind why that is the way that they think, that's a fascinating thing. It's a very knowledgeable tool to have. Medieval times, yeah. I'm fascinated with pretty much all times. I'm really fascinated with the biblical Roman times around the Jesus era and before the Jesus era. And also ancient Egypt fascinates me massively. I'm learning a lot about Korea as well at the moment, and their history in the Joseon period and all that. Their history with Japan. They have quite a bad history with Japan, but now it's a good history. Now they've got a good history. We had a bad history with Japan as well, but now it's fine. And I think because those in living memory of World War II are almost all gone now. There's not very many left. They're very old. The ones that are left are in the 90s and 100 years old. Your history knowledge about Asia. Yeah, I'm not really great with Asian history, but my daughter started me watching Korean shows, and I've been watching Korean dramas based on the Korean Joseon period, and I've learnt so much about how they're really good because they incorporate a lot of history, and how the drama's not real, but sometimes they do have real dramas about actual kings and stuff, monarchs during the time. The other one is the Chinese dynasties. The Chinese dynasties, you talk about, like people talk about tyrants. My goodness me, the Chinese, they were extremely tyrannical. They still can be, but back in the day, they were dreadfully tyrannical. And if you look at all the different, how the different emperors were, it's like with Rome, Emperor Nero, he was tyrannical. You got Caligula, he was completely insane. Caligula was completely nuts. But he remained in the position of power that he was in because of the birthright and the way that Roman politics and things worked. He was able to stay in there, even though people knew he was crazy. They just left him in there. I'm currently watching a new one that is Bon Appetit, Your Majesty. That's a really good one. It's all about Korean food and it's French food and all this different food stuff, and they're describing all the food and stuff. My daughter's a chef, so I get a bit interested about food. And I was always a cook. I had 5 kids. I used to cook for a family of 7 every day, and I always made everything from scratch. I didn't buy packet mixes like the modern people. They buy all packet mixes and stuff. Everything was made from scratch every time, and I made a lot of casseroles and stews, and of course feeding 7 people, it was a lot every day. You got a lot of work to do, and cooking and cleaning and stuff. I loved it though. It was great. But they're all grown up now, so I got the horses. That's it. And of course I don't have to really cook for them. I just have to give them some hay. Give them some hay, look after their paddocks, clean them up, give them fresh water, give them some space to move, and do a bit of work with them occasionally. And it's a really good, nice balance I have now. Yeah, another good one is Under the Queen's Umbrella. That's a great one. I just watched that not long ago. I've pretty much watched every K-drama there is on Netflix, just about. I watched a lot of them that are not dubbed in English, and then I watched some that are dubbed in English. Going Song Creature, that's a great one. That's a bit like a time warp science fiction one. It's really cool. There's actually a few really good ones. There's actually a good Japanese drama that has, it's about a train. I can't remember what it's called. If you type in train somewhere, it might be called Train to Nowhere. But it's about a train that time travels with these Japanese people in it. That's an interesting one. I watched one Japanese one the other week. It was a little bit weird, but it was called Two Husbands, One Wife. That was an interesting one. It was like a social experimenty thing. But it was a K drama. It was a J drama. Japan's actually starting to get good at it. The other Japanese one that I totally love, now I cannot remember what it's called, Alice in Borderland. Oh, there's a little blue rat. Look at him. There he is. That's the cat was trying to get him before. I've got to watch that cat doesn't get him. Look at him. He's beautiful. He's looking for some hay or something to hang with. Take some hair off the girl. Can't see his blue colour. I can see his blue colour beautifully. The camera's not picking it up. Don't know why. He's bright blue like the sky. Where'd he go? There he is. There he goes. Good little fella. He's flying away. Going over on the fence over there somewhere. There he goes. Yep. Yeah, it's not going to do too much. Yeah, get some sleep. Yeah, it's the middle of the night over there. Get some sleep and have a lovely day tomorrow. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for dropping by. It was lovely to meet you too. We'll have to chat about history again sometime. I love history. Oh, look at this clover. This is pretty big clover. I'll probably find a 4-leaf one if I look hard enough. Oh, I have found 5-leaf clovers and 6-leaf clovers sometimes. I don't think they're lucky. I think it's only the 4-leaf ones that are supposedly lucky. But these clovers are a little different to the other clovers. There's different types of clover, see? Not all are the same. This is a large variety. And they have more of a... They're not as sprouted out as the normal clover. They're very big, with big leaves. And you don't want to give these to cows. If you give those to cattle, cows are going to get very sick very quickly. They're very gaseous. They cause a lot of gas. Horses really shouldn't have too much clover either. But it affects cattle a lot more. So if you're ever out near a farm and you see some clover around and you see a cow, don't feed the cow clover because you're actually going to cause it some harm if you do. Actually, if you're ever near farms, always ask before you feed any animals because you never know what sort of diet they have. And always just ask because you just don't know. Some horses, they can't have certain things. Some plants are poisonous and toxic to them. I'm feeling the grass has these little... This is a blade of grass here. It has these little hairs on it. And when you... See if I can get it to... It doesn't want to pick up on it. It doesn't want to pick up on it. It'll pick up on it that way, but it won't pick up on it sideways. But this grass has these blades of hair. When you rub your hand along it like this, it actually grabs you. It's like Velcro. I didn't realise that till just then. Ah, here's one. Another piece. This is a thicker piece. Yeah, it does the same thing. It's like these Velcro hairs. Interesting. Well, I've been out here for 77 minutes. I'd said I was going to finish in an hour, and then I got into a conversation with Lyanna. So I'm grateful. It was nice to talk. It was enjoyable. I'm going to head off and go and have a bit of breakfast before I come back out and do some work with Ellie a little bit later. Probably in about an hour and 20 minutes, something like that. Depending on if I can, if it's too hot or not, but I'll definitely give her a bell today. At least do something with her before the farrier comes and see how we go. looking at something there. That looks a bit strange. Is it me? It must be me. It's the angle she's at. I'm freaking out. Okay. No, it's fine. Sometimes you look at their feet and you think there's something wrong there. But then when I'm looking at it, it's the angle she's holding it at. She's actually got pretty good feet. Oh, there we go. She's put it. It was the way she was. Oh, it was the way she was holding it. Okay, guys, I'm going to head off. Thank you so much to everybody who came on and said hello, and thanks to the 12 people who put the thumbs up. Appreciate that. And look, everyone have a lovely day, and I'll catch you later. If you need to sleep, get a good sleep in. Sleep's important. I'll catch everybody later. Have a good day. Bye for now. Thank you.